What the heck? Really? Really? What's up, all me Yorkshire's droids and Wookiees? It's Anna, also known as That Star Wars Girl, and in today's video, I'm gonna be discussing this. So yesterday, the Daily Wire tweeted this, dropping this huge announcement that they are going to do their first live-action feature film of Snow White and the Evil Queen, starring one of their hosts, Brett Cooper. Weird. Now, you guys all know me, and you guys know that I love a good troll, and this is some top-level tea trolling from the Daily Wire. I mean, they obviously saw the shitstorm that is Disney's Snow White with Rachel Zegler, and they jumped on this pretty fast, pulling this all together so that way there was an alternative movie for people to go out to see, which, you know, is probably actually going to follow the story of Snow White more than the dumpster fire shit show that Disney's going to try to shove down our throats of all of the woke propaganda and feminist agenda that Rachel Zegler has been going around parading.
It's no longer 1937, and we absolutely wrote a Snow White that is
not going to be saved by the prince.
She's not going to be saved by the prince, and she's not going to be dreaming about true love.
So in other words, it's not going to be Snow White. And you know, even to give the Daily Wire credit, at least their font is like more fairy tale-esque than the one that Disney is doing. Like, look at the difference between that. Like, this looks like it's an announcement for like a villain show, or like, I don't know, it makes me think of Snowman. Like a snowman more than like this. This looks like princess font. So props to them for that. But so now let's take a minute and actually go through this trailer, because when I saw it, the immediately thing that just popped into my mind was Twilight. Now, before you get mad at me, let me show you. This is the opening for Twilight. You see, it's like the forest. Here's the opening for Eclipse, the third movie, for those of you that probably haven't watched Twilight. And then here's the opening for Breaking Dawn Part 2. It's a common thread throughout all of the Twilight movies for it to be like a big overview shot of the forest and then having like the animals like the deers. So when I was watching this trailer of the Daily Wire Snow White movie, I'm just like, this, like, everything about this reminds me of Twilight. Now, before you get mad at me, like all the people on Twitter that are losing their goddamn minds. Yes, I'm talking about you crazy people calling me an idiot and then getting your panties in a twist because you guys think that the Daily Wire is above criticism. I wasn't saying it to be mean. So everyone, these are just two examples that I have pulled up here that I quote tweeted, but there's like a bunch of people losing their goddamn minds all because I said that it gave me Twilight vibes, because it does. Am I not entitled to my own opinion? Like, guys, look, I'm not even exaggerating. All I said was that it gives me Twilight vibes, and I put a couple funny emojis, and people are so angry over this, over me just giving my initial opinion and reaction to seeing this trailer. And I'm entitled to my opinion. This does remind me of Twilight. Everything about this reminds me of Twilight, but people are so mad at me. I mean, look at this tweet. Apparently, I'm only allowed to criticize Disney and Star Wars and like what Disney's doing to Star Wars. I'm not allowed to give my opinion or 2 cents on anything else because, well, it's not Disney, so it's okay. I'm sorry, but that's just not how the world works. Like, here, look, for you boys that didn't read Twilight, I mean, you probably have at least seen this cover. It's like, you know, the pale hands is Bella's hands holding the apple, which is from a scene from Twilight. And then you got Brett Cooper right here holding the apple. Snow White's not the ones with the apples, guys. It's the evil queen that has the apples. So it doesn't really make much sense for Snow White to be holding a basket of apples. Twilight. Now, as far as Brett Cooper goes, I've never watched her show. I've never watched her podcast. I've never seen her aside from like few little clips here and there that are on Twitter. So I don't know if she can act or not, but just based off of her appearance, she doesn't look like Snow White. She looks like Bella from Twilight. So here's the description of her based on the books. Now, Kristen Stewart was like the worst casting choice for Bella, but so this is closer to what Bella is supposed to look like. So she's supposed to be petite with a height of roughly 5'4" and very translucent pale skin complexion. She has thick, long brown hair with a wide forehead and a widow's peak. Her eyes are described as being chocolate brown and widely spaced. Exhibit A, Brett Cooper. Just like Bella from Twilight in the books. And again, I don't want this to be about looks, but the thing with Snow White is she's the fairest of them all. And not to say that Brett Cooper isn't pretty. I think she's very pretty. I don't think that this look is doing anything for her. Like, bruh, put her hair down. I get it. She's probably got extensions, or that's probably some kind of wig of some sort. But come on, that hairstyle is not doing anything for her. Like, look at her right here. Like, this is her and Gina Carano at the opening of Terror on the Prairie. She looks more like Snow White here than she does in this trailer. Like, oh my gosh, let her do her own styling, because she looks a lot better here than she does here. Like, this, again, this isn't doing anything for her. And like, look, this is obviously an old photo, but even she looks more like Snow White, and she looks better here than she does in this. Like, come on, this is your movie. And like, her going to events, she looks better and looks more like a princess than she does in your movie trailer. Like, that's, I'm sorry, I'm a whammon, and this is stuff that I care about, that I focus on. Like, you're making a movie for girls, right? And so what do girls care about? Oh, surprise, surprise. We care about our hair. We care about our makeup. We care about the pretty dresses. And not to say that this dress isn't pretty. We can't really see it because it just like does this kind of zoom. But I don't know. It looks more like a prom dress from this shot, and not like this medieval fairy tale princess dress. And now I get it. It's probably because they want to be as far away from the Disney version as possible, so that way they don't get in trouble. But let me show you guys this. So these are some images that were like fan art that went viral about a year ago when Disney announced the live action version of Snow White. And so this is obviously a rendition of the Disney original Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, but the artist changed it to make it look more like the time period that Snow White would have taken place in. And, she's got the corset, she's got the traditional wear, she has longer hair like women back in that time period would have had. Or even this one that I think is more like Spanish inspired, like that's at least what it made me think of. And so I feel like they could have done something more like this, or even like this, than prom dress. Like, it just, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I mean, they took a beautiful girl like this and put her in a bag wig and a cheap prom dress. And you know who else had a cheap blue prom dress? If you guessed Bella from Twilight, ding, 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 you're correct. So I just find it funny that everyone giving me shit for this tweet, I literally just spent the last 5 minutes showing you with receipts how everything in this trailer is reminiscent of Twilight. You're welcome. Now, guys, all jokes aside, like I said in the beginning of this video, I appreciate the top T trolling that the Daily Wire is doing to Disney. And I don't mind there being alternatives to the new woke trash that Disney is putting out. If I want to go watch Snow White, I'm gonna go watch the original Disney animated movie. And if I'm not in the mood for that one, then here are the alternatives that I would recommend to you guys. So this is the Happily Ever After Snow White movie, and it's like really dark and twisted for a kid's movie, but I remember watching this when I was little and I was like, what the heck is going on? Like, the bad guy is this like green evil dude. It's pretty dark and twisted. So I mean, even for a kid's movie, I remember it scared me, but I really enjoyed it when I was little. And as far as live action goes, depending on my mood, I'll either watch the Sigourney Weaver version, which that one's a lot more about the evil queen than it is about Snow White, or I'll watch Snow White, the fairest of them all. This one, it's like got this weird magic twist where like the whole thing about the evil queen is that she's still beautiful, she's just older. Snow White is young and youthful. That's why if Snow White is out of the picture, the evil queen becomes the fairest of them all. So in this version, like she's got the magic mirror, but she's got like pieces of the glass. And so like if the glass gets in your eye, then you'll see her as young and beautiful and youthful like Snow White, because she's too insecure to just embrace her age. So I like this version. You can let me know in the comments if you've ever seen it, if you like it. But even those, I think, are better alternatives than to this woke trash that Disney has been putting out, in my opinion. Who knows? The Disney Snow White with Rachel Zegler hasn't come out yet, so we'll have to wait and see. But based on the marketing for it, dear Lord, it sounds pretty freaking bad. And just like the images of it, that's even worse. It's like, do you want to hear what Rachel Zegler is spitting out of her mouth, or do you want to look at the terrible photos? I mean, they don't even have dwarves anymore. It's like everything is just a recipe for disaster. So again, props to the Daily Wire for their top tier trolling. Whoever is doing the costumes, bruh. Who is ever doing her hair and makeup, gosh dang, like, come on, you are not doing this girl any favors. Who's ever doing cinematography, stop copying Twilight. Everything in that trailer is just like a weird fairy tale version of Twilight. Just stop, because you're not doing yourself any favors there, in my opinion. There are billions of girls in this world that love princesses, that want to see a great version of Snow White, and not all of us want to see the Twilight version of Snow White. So please, oh my gosh, hopefully when the full trailer is released and the full movie is released, there are some fixes there, because it's not doing anything for you guys, again, in my opinion. But you guys can let me know what you think all about all of this down below in the comment section. Let me know if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Let me know if you guys are even interested in this. Let me know down in the comment section. If you guys like this video, please smash the like button. If you didn't, that's okay too. Thank you so much for watching this far through. If you haven't already, smash the like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, all that jazz. If you guys aren't, go and follow me over on Rumble, because I'm not shadow banned over there. And with all that being said, guys, thank you again so much. I hope you guys all have a great rest of your day, morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are in the world, and may the force be with you, because we are really, really, really going to need it. Bye, everyone. Once again, everyone, thank you so much for supporting my channel and my content. If you guys would like to support me further, I don't have a Patreon or anything like that, but what I do have is an Indiegogo campaign that's live right now. I sell books, calendars, and posters. You guys can go check it out, see if there's anything on there that you fancy. I do this pretty much every single year now, and this is my third calendar, and everyone that has come out to support me, thank you very much. You make content like this possible, considering how much YouTube hates me. So if this is something you guys are interested in, go ahead and check out the link down below in the description. And once again, everyone, thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day.